I apparently unintentionally lied earlier. It feels cool. I'm acclimated to the weather here now. And I said it feels like a cooler evening. Cooler, it's 90, I just checked. It's 93 degrees and something like 5:30 in the evening here, our time or something like that. So it feels, 93 degrees feels cooler. Yeah, it's still hot, yes. I really, what are some other ideas or things I like? The other thing I like about the Philippines is that if you're a libertarian, enthusiastic libertarian like me, you will love the Philippines. There are no rules. But, so pretty much you're left completely the fuck alone. So what are the lines then? Because there's always lines, you know. Even libertarians are like, there are lines, you know. Well, the lines are don't steal, don't hurt anyone. And in the Philippines, at least, and it's actually the same all over Asia, they are strict as fuck on umbrella that I'll just call loosely drugs. That includes public intoxication, even if that's just alcohol. Not into it. Marijuana is the same as heroin, is the same as cocaine. It's all just drugs to them. And if you over here, at least, I've heard it's the same in Thailand because I've heard some really scary stories about people thinking it's cool to smoke a joint in Thailand. Not cool. Really scary stories, actually. And I don't use weed whatsoever, so I'm not going to start that rumor or something. I haven't, not into it. So, even though I'm from California. So, what happens when you cross one of those lines? They will leave you alone totally. Like, you've seen no rules on the road and people organize anyway. I have seen 0 accidents, which is, I don't know, it's amazing how people could just self-organize without government. You don't need government to self-organize. People do it anyway. They don't just stop doing stuff. There's like this fantasy that either there's government policy and laws and rules or complete chaos. And that's not true. People will self-organize and constellate around. And you know what? People are basically, I wish libertarians would talk about this more. People are basically good, believe it or not, and basically just want all the same things. They want their family to be safe and happy. They want their kids to grow up in a safe environment. They want food. They want work. All the basic things that you want, that I want, everyone wants all across the world. And so people organize around those sorts of things. For the most part, of course, yes, there's psychopaths and horrible people out there. I don't deny it. But statistically, they are, ask any psychologist or any sociologist, statistically, they're in the extreme minority. It's really, yeah, if you read the research on crimes, it's the same people doing the same crimes over and 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 over again. Statistically speaking, there aren't many people who like break the law. Most people, if you break the law, then you don't do it again. Maybe you have a drug or alcohol issue. Maybe you're desperate due to poverty, and you do something dramatic to try and protect to get along in life. But people tend to not do that again. But they're really, all the laws that are broken are done by just a handful of people who just are like psychopaths and do it over and over and over again. But anyway, so they'll leave you alone completely here. But if you cross the line, then God help you. I don't even want to think about. I've seen a few YouTube Filipino jail, and it's not cool. It's not at all something desirable. I mean, not that any detention is desirable, but in America, you see, like, it's clean and there's TVs and you see people like eating. If you've seen the video, here it's just like cages, basically. Like millions of babies here. Seriously, these people are gonna populate the whole thing. So anyway, that's how it works here, and it's not like perfect libertarian, but it's pretty damn close to it, as far as I can tell. And the taxes here, someone's going to look this up and be like, they tax. Yeah, they tax. And libertarians actually aren't opposed to taxation entirely. We think that it's theft. Of course, you'll always hear us say that. But we're not opposed to basic, something like a basic tax or a basic fee or something like that for basic things that need to be taken care of, broadly speaking. And they seem to have accomplished something like that here. So, I mean, if you are a libertarian, you love the Philippines because you're really free to do whatever you want, so long as you don't punch someone, steal shit, or try and do drugs or drink or even tobacco. Like this Duterte guy, their president here, has cracked down on tobacco, I think in kind of a positive way. It's still available. It's not illegal. But he's made it much less available, which is really interesting. Like the smokeless tobacco does not exist here. That's the pouches. Like I use pouches once in a while, but not here because they're not here. And if you go to the 7-Eleven, you won't find any cigarettes there. The cigarettes are kind of sold by vendors on the street who are just like people who buy them somewhere and just sell them standing on a corner. But it's legal. It's cool. So yeah, that's my kind of brief thing on that. So it's close to a libertarian kind of environment, and I dig it. I actually feel really safe here, as odd as that sounds. I feel like way safer here than I do in the States. And I don't mean in terms of crime. I mean in terms of just this weight of taxes, and it's just weird there. But it's not here. Like they just kind of let people. They're not going to help you, but they're not going to get in your way. So anyway, I just thought I'd say that.